Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio and more of my ATCs. This one is day 7. I didn't leave in the little check mark on the paper, but I believe this is a magazine, piece of a magazine. It was sent to me in mail. It's not Happy Mail so much as APG Jamie does her scuffs. Like, I can't even remember what that stands for, but where she's filed away all of her scraps and stuff, and she does a page, and then if you're on her live, you can pick a number at the end, and she'll draw a number. Whoever wins gets the leftovers, so it's basically leftovers. And I was searching for a magazine page, and that happened to just be there, so I used it. Yeah, so the surface is a magazine page, and I think it's different fabrics or something hanging on a line. They're probably advertising the fabric, is my guess. But I'm just gonna stencil over it and create... I'm going to use one of these flowers stencils and see how it looks. That's my whole thought process on this particular ATC. Nothing any more advanced than that. Okay, so there's my flower, and I decided to pull out my Poscas and see if I can give it some interest. So I'm putting white on those little straight ends, put a yellow in the middle. Isn't that the traditional thing to do? And then just adding some dots around. I think I have a smaller one. I just add some dots around the flower. And basically, that is all I do to this one. Really simple, quick, and easy. ATC. I pull out some other colors and do dots in the center area. Oh, and I outline it too. It's hard to see this far back, but you'll see in the close-ups all the little dots and things I added. So how's everyone's day going today? I actually had the day off today, so I've just been messing around, cleaning mostly. And that is basically all I do to that one. There it is. Oh, I did put a word. The word was life. Oh, and the picture's upside down. That's how it goes. I don't think I noticed the word when I started. Okay, the next one was stencil. If you noticed, I skipped one. I don't know if you noticed. I think it was textured heavy gesso. But I did do it, but it has to dry. So I left it for several days to dry. We'll get back to it. So I am just running some gesso through the stencil, but it is the stencil prompt. Just thought it would be fun to create some. Oh, and that my camera cut off there. But I'm gonna let that dry, and then we'll play with it. Okay, so now it's dry, and I don't think I put anything on there. I didn't do a layer of matte medium or anything. So it's straight paper and then the gesso. And I'm using it like a highly metallic paint, but it just looks kind of, looks much better on watercolor paper. You can't see the metallic at all. And I don't know if I do several coats, so it eventually shows up. But I'm not sure you can see it in the picture at the end either. And this is another metallic I'm doing, but it's a lighter color. But yeah, I just decided to play with my watercolors on this one. You can tell when my water jar is dirty, I end up using the spray bottle to clean out my brushes. Got to use some to cover up that ugly paint job. So I'm using a dark purple. Oh, and some of my metallic blue. I don't have the steadiest hand, so it's hard to get around those textured patterns without going over the top of them every once in a while. I decided to outline it with a dark blue right on the textured part, but it didn't work quite the way I wanted it to. So that has to be done over again. Because now you can't even tell what that number is. What is that number? So I decide that I'm going to brayer over the top of everything like I did on that wood one and bring those raised areas back to at least a little bit whiter. If I keep doing layers of that metallic blue paint, eventually it'll look good. Has really pretty blue paint though. Like it's just, it was very disappointing on this one. To put it on this one. And this was done on watercolor paper. I think maybe that's why I chose watercolor to play with. So to help my lines, because everything looks a little bit messy, I'm just taking a fine point, I think, can't remember if it's a felt tip, but it's really fine point pen, and just outlining everything. Not everything, but the circles. And I try outlining the 73. Well, I think it's an 8 right here when I'm doing it, but it is actually a 3. And eventually it'll turn back into a 3. So now I'm going to try and fix my number by stenciling the white. But the paint smudges through. And yeah, makes a mess. But eventually it gets looking okay. I know, that was a lot of work for an ATC, wasn't it? But I do like that stencil. I think it's really fun. I decided I had to layer something on there, so I put one of my little birds I've had for a while. I think I have one more left. I use one every several years. And I'm going to add the words "light the way" for this one. And that is day 8, or ATC number 8. Okay, the next is gel printed. So I just took one of my gel printed coffee filters, and we're just gonna glue it on to my, it's just cardstock, and that's gonna be the background. And actually, I just got it in my head that I wanted to do a figure on this after I see the background. Not sure why it made me think of that, but that's what I wanted to do. And so I pulled out some ink and decided to try just one of those carrot figures. Decided to give it some arms. Not so good at the arm thing, but yeah. So there's my little carrot person. Giving it a little shadow. Just a few highlights. I decided I wanted to emphasize around the figure, so I'm trying to use my Posca paint pen and just outline around the figure. That's not, it's not cooperating as usual. Now after that, I decide it'd be kind of cool to have like more of a solid color around the figure. So I decide to do blue on one side and pink on the other. And I do like how that turned out. And I go right over the white lines. Yeah. And that helps on the pink side so that it looks more solid. And just blending out with my finger so it kind of fades. And then I felt like I was just about done fixing her hand there, which was too long. And so I put a little bit of pink down so that I could stick my word on there. And the word I decided to use is be fearless. Oh, and I wanted to put some blue on the borders. I had paint left over, so why not, right? So I hope you're all having a good day, or will have a good day, depending on what time you see this video. And I want to thank you all for watching, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, or leave me a comment. Thank you all.